Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Learnings. In our last session, we had covered up the response body annotation, what this annotation actually does, uh, how exactly it works, right? And what would happen if I remove this annotation, what would happen if I put it in front of any method. So all this stuff we covered in our last session. Okay, if you haven't seen it, I'll put the link in the description as well, so you can just go through it as well. Okay, so today in that last session we had tried to return our own class object, right? We created our own class, my class, containing one field id, and we created one object of this class, and we are trying to send this object to the browser, okay, from where we are sending the request. So at that time we saw that we are getting 406. Okay, so today we are going to see what exactly is 406, when does the server send this status 406, and how to resolve this error. Okay, so first thing is, if I do a refresh here, my method is getting invoked. This is first thing to know. It is not that my method is not getting invoked, it is getting invoked. It is something which is related to what I am returning back to the client. Okay, so to understand 406, let's quickly read the description. Okay, so the resource identified by this request is only capable of generating responses with characteristics not acceptable according to request accept headers. Now the significant part of this line is this one: not acceptable according to request accept headers. Now what does it mean is, our client is sending a request to the server. Okay, now with that request it is sending some accept headers. Okay, it is sending certain accept headers, and in that accept headers the client is telling, okay, I can expect, means I can accept the response only if it is only among these many types. If the server sends, or if the server sees that the response which I'm returning is not among those which are mentioned in the accept headers, then it is going to throw 406. Got it? So certain types we are getting in the accept headers. If our response is not among those types, then simple 406 will be returned by the server. Okay, now the next thing we want to say is, what are those accept headers, what are those values that are coming, that are being sent by the browser to the server. Okay, so let's quickly go to our web browser and control shift I to inspect network. Okay, let's do a refresh. So this is our request which is going to the server, and these are the request headers, and this you see is the accept header. All right, so this accept header is telling to the server that I can accept only these many type of responses. Okay, and our response is not among these types, that is why server is stating 406. I hope, and now the meaning of 406, it is kind of unacceptable value, is clear to you, right? Now how to fix this? So simple solution is, we have to make our response any of these types. All right, so what if I say here that produces equals media type dot, let's say, JSON. Now we are stating that this method will produce a JSON. Okay, let's save it, and let's get the context reloaded. Cool. Now let's see, will this work now? So it still does not work. Not acceptable status is still being returned. Now just by putting up the produces application slash JSON, it does not convert our object to JSON. We have to add certain dependency to our project. There must be something which can convert this object of ours, right, to a JSON. So we have to add that dependency to our pom.xml. So that dependency is actually of Jackson. So I have added it and I commented it as well for the demo. So this is the dependency that we need, Jackson Mapper ASL. So it is from org codehost Jackson. So this Jackson Mapper, what it is going to do, it is going to convert our object to a JSON. Means the object that we are returning, it will implicitly convert it to JSON, and which is a valid format which is acceptable by the browser also, right? So let's do a refresh. So now here we can see that our object is being converted to JSON, and which is a valid means which is acceptable to the client. Simple, right? 406 was not acceptable, but this response is now acceptable. That is how you can resolve 406, and that is what the meaning of 406. Cool. Now can we return integer like we did last time as well? We tried. Let's say, can I now return integer? So let's wait for the context reloading. Okay, let's reload it. Let's do a refresh. Yeah, okay, so this is now a valid return, and we can see the response headers as well. So content type is application slash JSON. Okay, so this dependency Jackson mapper, it implicitly converted our object to JSON, or you can say it implicitly converted our response to JSON. Okay, so this is what we mean by 406. This is how we can resolve the 406 error. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye. Good night.